Welcome to the Fit for Halter podcast. This is the place where you get to meet new friends and old friends alike. We bring practical content to the halter community, specifically for the amateur exhibitor who may be DIYing it at home. So today, we're talking about a little detail that makes a big difference in the show pen, the tail. Whether you've been sewing in a fake tail for years or you're new to this and you are learning all about tail extensions for the first time, my guest today includes a family. RJ Tail Designs includes Jessica, Ross, and Jess Haddon. They're innovators who saw a gap in the grooming process and bridged it with brilliance. So they created a quick connect tail extension system that's fast, secure, show legal, and changing the way exhibitors can prep on show day. So from concept to competition, we're diving into how this simple solution is giving the stock horse industry an upgrade. So here we go. Thank you all for being here. Thanks for taking the time. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So let's just get started by telling our audience or our listeners a bit about yourself and your background in the stock horse industry.
So my parents bought me a pony when I was around 8 years old. We did a little bit of 4-H throughout the late 90s, early 2000s. Then we started to grow. We wanted to be more competitive. And they bought me my first Appaloosa gelding. And we've been showing primarily Appaloosa since then, until just recently we bridged over to the AQHA world.
All right. My first horse was an Appaloosa.
Mm.
I love him. And he had a tail, believe it or not.
Oh,
he had a tail.
Wow. That's amazing.
Got lucky. Well, thanks for sharing. So then tell us how you got connected or what inspired you to start with the Quick Connect tail.
Oh my goodness. Well, we were preparing her horse, the Appaloosa, to show, and we started realizing that every time we go to put the regular tie-in tail in him, he was losing hair. And so it got to the point where we're putting the tail in, and I'm like, looked at Jessica and said, there's got to be an easier way to do this. I mean, can't there just be like a snap and go, like, something that's not going to have to be in the tail throughout the whole duration of a sew circuit. Something that we could just put in and out. That way it causes less stress on the tail. So then,
yeah, with his tail being so active, he was like his tail was almost like a propeller, so we had to add weight, more hair. So that just added more to the problem. So just thought, well, if we could just put something, it has to be done in seconds. It can't take long because people are not going to be interested in that. So that's when I worked on that, and we prototyped that for about probably 2 years, and then started to roll it out to try and sell it to other people showing horses.
Okay. So then walk us through that design process. Tell us how it's different than maybe a traditional tail. Yeah.
And it ties in the same way. It's just that, like once it's in, these braids are typical for everyone, but once this is into the horse, just push the button and pull this out. And with this hanger, you can let it hang until you want to put it back in the horse. You can literally, as they're going into the show pen, pop it back in and go. But like for horses that need to be lunged, take the tail out, lunge them. If you have a mare, a lot of people, they say, well, my mare always pees on my tail, so I got to wrap it up and tie it up. Well, if you have this, you just pop it in, pop it out, You could literally take it when they're coming out of the show pen and put it back in when you go back in. A lot of times in her show day, we would get up, put the tail in at 7 a.m. and show till 8 at night. And that's a long time to be carrying around 3 pounds in your rear. So what they're doing 5 classes, you could just in and out. It doesn't have to stay there the whole time, That was,
so this piece is the only piece that stays in the tail.
Okay.
And for us, we do the hunt seat as well. And the braiders really love this concept because this stays in, they're able to come and they're able to braid around it, and we just pop the tail right back in.
Awesome.
Yeah, so the braider doesn't need the
The
whole
whole
tail to
tail.
put in, because a lot of times they're working at midnight and you're sleeping, so you don't have to leave them the tail. They can just do the braiding for the English and pop
Uh-huh.
it in the morning and go.
Okay. So if you have that nighttime deal for your braider, they go ahead and put the top in.
We will put the
We'll
top
put the
in,
top in. Just leave
Oh,
and
it.
gotcha.
then they will braid around it, and then we
Gotcha.
can attach the tail when we're walking up to the show pen.
Sure.
So
Fascinating.
that works out well.
Especially for the apps, because you want to keep all their tail, and
Right. You're trying like crazy, I'm sure. You probably have all the great secrets that other people want to know about having beautiful tails because you work so hard at it.
Talk about the lift up. We can't.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, no, I was gonna say that a lot of these horses, the show horses, they have their tails done. In other words, they can't fully lift it. So for the mares, it's hard for them to lift the tail to go to the bathroom. So this causes them to get messy
Yeah.
and just, one of our clients bought the tail just for that reason. And she was so overwhelmed and so happy to have this tail that she couldn't stop talking about it. And then more and more people from her started reaching out to us, and the business just started growing. And
Yeah.
word of mouth.
So, to imagine halter context. So my day is a lot shorter than yours is. However, we start really early in the morning because we're usually the first class on Saturday morning at a weekend APHA show, as an example. So I don't know what the AQHA show bills are typically like, but on the APHA side, halter is right out of the gate Saturday morning, sometimes showmanship first. So our show day is not as long, but we feed really early. And then it might be 3 to 4 hours before we show. And sometimes it's 2 or 3 in the afternoon. So it's possible that I would just put the top of the tail in early in the morning and then not have to actually put the show tail in. So I probably wouldn't think about tying my horse, or doing what I need to do to preserve that tail so that he doesn't back up and step on it. Okay.
Right.
Yeah. That would save a lot of time. Have you ever had
Yep.
anybody who has gone into the show pen and forgotten to snap their tail in?
Yeah.
We have.
That would be me. Oh, yeah, but I like that idea.
Well, now I carry it in my hand. That way it's a constant reminder.
Yeah.
Yep.
Better have this in before they go in.
So tell us about some of the challenges that you faced when you were developing the product.
Well, the first tail I came up with, I actually designed it that it would take a garden hose nozzle into it so you could clean it.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So it pops out, got a nozzle to clean it. So you got your garden hose.
Uh-huh.
And it cleans it from the inside out. That was the very first prototype one. But in order to do this, we had to take the weights out. So I got to be able to take the weights out to make it easy. So I put a wing nut on. Well, the problem with that was the wing nut kept coming loose and you lose your weights. So my answer to that was to go with a lock nut. Well, now you got a wrench. So as nice as this was for the wash, I just couldn't work out that detail. I'm still going to work it out to try to incorporate it here because it works really well when it comes to pre-soaking and getting this thing wet and then washing it and rinsing all the soap out. It was really handy, but that obstacle was just dealing with the weights. So lady reached out to me and says she says, I only have the use of one hand. This tail's it just takes two. So that's when I decided, well, I don't know what it about to hit me, but it hit me, and then I came up with this. So you can just with one hand.
Yep.
She's
So that-
able to
That
disconnect.
helped her. She says, I'm gonna have my trainer put the tail in, but she goes, at least during the weekend, I'm independent. I can do this part
Yep.
myself. So that
Yeah,
worked out
I love
really,
that.
that worked out really neat. So
Okay.
I love it.
and
This is
so whenever I did this one, I had to keep all the wetted parts because this is going to get wet from washing. So it's plastic, aluminum, stainless steel. So you don't have to worry about corrosion or rust. And I try to be mindful of in the event of course, stepping on the tail, something's going to have to give. Do you want it to be the horse's tail or do you want it to be this topper? I elected it to be this topper. So, I think I'd rather replace that than
Mm-hmm.
you pull out a whole braid from it being tied in. That's a little rough. So
Mhm.
try to be mindful of that as well.
I've had my horse, all of a sudden just start backing up really fast and, he stepped on his tail and, cause I had it put in just, I used to love the long tail, like almost dragging the ground. And I went to back him up and he like stepped on it and reared up and tail came off and
Like it was
I was in
supposed to.
tears.
Yeah.
And but yeah, because he's got a beautiful tail anyway. And I was afraid, oh my gosh, we lost a lot of hair, but we didn't. Not a stitch of hair of his own came out. So it's just
Per the
another
design.
factor that we realized.
That's
Wow.
awesome.
But with that being said,
Mhm.
you would think that would be a positive, but I don't think it's viewed that way. I think they'd have it more durable. So
Gotcha.
we're gonna be mindful of that, I guess.
Sure. Well, and I feel like we're creatures of habit,
Yeah.
We've used the same kind of tail, or we get the tail from the same person all along. And the thing that I appreciate is the innovation. And I mean, what a win to have somebody who feels independent because they can use this tail and can't use other tails. That had to be a huge win for you. And Appaloosa is trying to protect the tail because they inherently don't have much hair there. So, yeah, I just appreciate all the thought, and I could just imagine the wheels turning and the smoke coming out of your ears while you're creating all of this design and testing all these pieces. I love it. I appreciate that.
It'll never stop.
It never stops.
While your wife and your daughter are just rolling and rolling about horses, you're just rolling about that tail. I love it.
Yeah.
It's great.
Both are
It's
giving me
great.
something to do because they're at the shows and I don't ride or
Yeah.
like there's lunge, and so
He
give me
does a lot of
something to do and a lot of pain.
Thank you. I'll thank you on behalf of them. In addition to them, we appreciate you.
Yeah.
It takes all of us, right? The pit crew
Oh,
is
yeah.
really important.
It is.
Yeah.
It's
How many
stressful enough
horses
as
do
it
you?
is.
Yeah. How many horses do you have?
We have 2.
Ah, awesome. We just got a new one, so we're up to 3
Oh,
now.
nice.
I don't know if that's going to be a good thing. We haven't decided yet, but yeah,
Like potato
you always
chips.
have to have more than one.
Yeah.
Oh,
More than one.
absolutely. Yes.
Yeah.
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 Especially when you have one that loves to do the all around. Like I love the Western Pleasure Trail. She does everything from showmanship to hunter, and so it's just yeah, it keeps us busy.
Yeah, absolutely. I am a big fan of getting to the horse show. I spend one night and I'm out of that building by lunchtime, typically.
Oh,
Back
yeah.
home, Saturday afternoon. I love it.
Yeah.
I don't know how you do it, quite honestly. Show until Sunday night and then go to work on Monday.
Yeah.
I would
that's
not.
hard.
Ooh, I don't know how you do it, but you do.
We love
And
it.
I'm sure with, it
Gotta
it has
love
to
it
be.
because
Right.
it's too expensive not to.
Yeah.
This is true. This is true. So you talked about some of the challenges, and how long did it take from your idea to a final product or the product that you're working with today? I'm sure you're probably still fine tuning that in your mind, but how long did the process take?
Took about 2 years to, you know, guy in the lab made a comment to me about at work, and we're in the lab, and we're looking at something, and he says, if it works in the lab, there's a 50% chance it'll work in the field. If it doesn't work in the lab, there's a 100% chance it won't work in the field. We had the perfect horse on graffiti to test this tail, because he was, like I said, he had a propeller for a tail. So I'd say 2 years, we felt comfortable to, like I say, I started out with this direction and then ended up going with the button. So took a whole other direction and a whole new design.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So you mentioned aluminum, steel, and then was it plastic?
Yeah.
Okay. So, and part of that was for corrosion. Was there any other reason why you chose those materials, or did you test any others?
Well, I went with them for their weight, keep it light as possible. I mean, if you needed weight, then we put the lead weight in for added weight. But
okay.
I just felt that with them being washed, that you have to be mindful of that. So corrosion, strength, those were my criteria.
Okay.
Instead of going with the, I don't know, steel or. I didn't think any of these pieces should be anything but plastic.
So you gave us a little glimpse into the lead weights that are in there. Yeah. Can a person purchase a tail without weights, or can they select how much weight is added?
Yes,
okay.
Okay. Right now, you've got it set up that a tail just comes with a standard with a pound of lead weights, and they're removable. Because I don't know if you can see that, but the screw. Back that screw out, and the weights will come out with the screw. They don't need them,
We could do like a pound of hair to 2 pounds of hair with a pound of weights. So it just adds to it.
So those are all options that people have?
Yeah.
Okay. I also don't use weights, so this is new to me. So I'm certain, I've heard people talk about weighted tails. I've seen weighted tails for sale, but I'm just absorbing it all. So thanks for teaching me. That's why I like being on this side of the camera, because I get to learn so much from my guests. Yeah. So they have lots of options. Okay. And then
not to
easy
mention
to
color.
Add or take away. Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, I think we'll probably get to that. And if we don't, we'll make sure that we cover the options that you offer as a final wrap up to make sure that everybody knows.
But a good rule of thumb is the lighter the color, the more expensive the hair.
I have learned that firsthand.
I give people a quote a price, and for a standard black is say $350 for this tail. And if you were to do this in white, it could be up to $800, and it's just the hair.
Yeah.
Just the color of the hair.
We have a flaxen tail at our house, and you have to go to the high dollar section on the website where we previously got a tail from. When he was a yearling, I thought, you don't think about that when you buy a horse that happens to have a flaxen tail.
Oh,
yeah.
You have to sell you the tail with the horse.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
that is true.
Tails are nice because before they did the weighted tails, significant years ago, they used to nerve block because they wanted the horse to have a beautiful picture where the tail was like, down with, goes along with the, horse's rear. They wanted to stay down.
Yep.
They started to inject tails, and that became an issue because horses started to lose their tails. They lost all their hair. They lost complete function of it. They did a bad tail job. Then you lose what the purpose of the tail is. So then apps went to the weighted tail because it gives you the same look, but you got the weight
Okay.
in it. The nice thing, like
Okay.
I said about this, is you still get those options, but you don't have to have the tail in the whole time. That horse has a break from the weighted tail.
Mm-hmm.
We had a 4-H leader, and she'd always tell us to be mindful of the horse. She wanted to throw the kids in the horse trailer, take them for a ride, and let them appreciate taking off, stopping, turning, bumps, like bit in your mouth. Not that she did that, but just to
Sure.
appreciate
Sure.
that. And just to have this, I can't imagine having this tied to me, and uncomfortable it
Yeah.
must be, but
Yeah.
I can
We
offer some
do.
relief.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, we ask a lot of our horses, don't we?
Yeah.
Especially traveling, and those show barns don't go to sleep, do they? The
No.
lights don't go out. They never get fully quiet, I don't think.
Nope.
But yeah, I appreciate that. Well, and it demonstrates too the changes that have been made in the industry to keep the wellness of the horse in mind. So yeah, thanks for aligning with that. So we talked a little bit about one of your customers who now has greater accessibility and independence because of the tail. Who else benefits and how from this kind of tail? Like, do you see it being a biggest benefit for trainers or for youth or amateurs? Who ends up being your target audience?
I think all of them.
Mm-hmm.
I think all of them. I think, for our daughter, when she was showing, I view it as she was doing all arounders, and he just does multiple classes in a day, just to get this thing in and out. Thought that was just helpful towards the horse.
Mm-hmm.
I think maybe trying to break through with the trainers has been our biggest, because it goes back to what you said before. People have been doing something the same way for so long, dealing with the same.
Yeah.
So I find that trying to break into that is it's probably my biggest obstacle, our biggest
Okay.
obstacle.
Also,
Sure.
with people that have, let's say, my mom and I, we both have horses with black tails. The industry in itself is expensive. So
Mm-hmm.
instead of maybe potentially buying 2 tails, you could have 1 tail and 2 connections, and just,
Mm-hmm.
especially for people that may not show in the same class, have multiple
Mm-hmm.
horses with the same color tail. It's a quick connect, and it saves them a little bit of money.
Sure. Sure.
Like
So
you
then
doing
I guess.
halter, you had
Mhm.
your 3 horses happen to have the same color tail, and and they were in separate classes. You could get away with that. Just one
Yeah.
tail, just keep popping it in and out as you take each one into the class.
So you can purchase the top
Yep.
with the
Yep.
button separate from a tail. Okay.
Just people lose
Yeah.
those too.
Yeah, they do.
I'm sure. Yeah, we can lose everything yeah. Okay. So I'm just, as I'm listening to you, also seeing how it applies. We do have 2 flaxen tailed critters right now.
There
So
you go. This works for you.
Yeah, it's perfect.
yeah, we just got a new horse
Snap and go.
yep. Yeah. And they'll be in different classes. So
Wow.
so is there any I'm not certain of this, but is there any issue with association rules, NSBA, APHA, AQHA? Are there any barriers there with any
No,
tail?
because all the way the hairs go in, it's still the same. Hair to hair is the rule, so it has to be tail hair to tail hair. So this is tail hair, and
The loops are made of braided tail hair.
so.
Gotcha.
And now with her showing at the Worlds and Nationals, they have a person who specifically checks for that. So I took advantage of that time. We've never had a problem, and read the rules, and
Yeah.
good to go.
Okay. So tell us about the feedback that you've heard from folks who've been customers, either from the beginning or recent? Tell us what you're hearing from people.
Wish I heard more. Out here is should probably start doing surveys, but first one that came to my mind is the woman with the could only use one hand, so that was let us know how grateful she was. But it seems like when our feedback is like whenever a tail is done, we take a picture of it and say, okay, it's be in the mail tomorrow. And we always get so excited, can't wait. And then a lot of people send pictures back of tails in with our comments, but I'd have to say positive and negative feedback is I think you need to get that to learn, So
Sure.
I'd like to get more, so maybe I need to look at surveys or maybe asking for feedback to come back.
And we're always open to suggestions and always, eager to get feedback to see maybe what they might do differently or what they wish they had or something that we can implement in the design. But I've had this beautiful letter sent, and she was so overwhelmed and was so happy. She had actually had 3 other people in the same barn. We also do conversions. Like they have their tails, or they just purchased a tail and they just found out about this. We had 3 people send their tails in to have a conversion done, and they have been thrilled with it. And they sent us pictures of them being in the show pen and just how it looks, and just to let us know that they're happy with them. And
but when we get messages like that back, they're always like private. I wish they would put them
go on the website or the Facebook group page.
Let everyone else see it.
But
Usually they're private.
we get a lot of really nice compliments when we post on Add More Leg, the amateur group. We got a lot of people who really love the idea. They love the quality of the tails, and they're always so quick to promote my parents' business, and that means a lot because word of mouth is very important.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
And you hear a lot of people are just so surprised by the idea that he created, and it really is an amazing device. Like, I'm so proud of him, and I want him to get my parents both because this is their company, but I just want them to get the recognition. I want them to I want them to be so overwhelmed with orders and happy customers. Because I'm just so proud. I'm just trying to get their name out there because it is really amazing.
It sounds like it definitely meets a need, and with the addition of or the option to convert a tail, that's not only is it accommodating, but helpful for somebody who's listening who says, well, I've already got my tail, and I wonder if that's part of the challenge for people is,
I spent enough money.
Don't we say that like every day until something happens or yes, we are well aware of how much we love our horses to spend what we spend. But I wonder if that's part of it for people, feeling like they already have the tail that they need, but knowing that there's a conversion option, that's probably pretty helpful. So
it just makes it so much easier for them. They see the convenience of it. Like, oh my gosh, how convenient is that to just, not have to worry so much of getting him ready or, the mare ready or whatever, and being able to take it out right away.
So in light of what we were just talking about as far as getting the word out and getting feedback, where can we find you online?
We do have a Facebook page and an Instagram.
Okay.
RJ Tail Designs Facebook, and we're just starting to get the TikTok going as well. So
we're just trying to grow and get the name out there. But their Facebook, RJ Tail Designs, is definitely the place you want to go to inquire about pricing, tails, any questions you may have. That's the best place to reach them.
Okay. So any new products or updates to what you're doing on the horizon?
Yeah, I really want to somehow bring in the wash aspect of it back. I'm
Okay.
trying to figure that out with the,
And
yeah,
that's it really is a great invention because when you're trying to hose off this tail, you're not sure if you're getting all the soap out or the
Right.
conditioner out. But when it's like coming down into the tail and washing it,
It's like
it's
washing it
completely clean. It is such a,
inside out. you know.
inside out.
yes,
yeah.
it's a genius idea.
So
Yeah.
I'd like to work on bringing that.
We've had several
that back.
people just love that part of the
Yeah.
tail and disappointed a little bit because it wasn't included in the latest design, but
But if anybody can do it,
Yeah.
he's the man to do
Yeah.
It
it.
sounds like it.
He can do anything. It just amazes me.
it's nice.
Yep. What a great partner to have in the barn with you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So tell us about the manufacturing process. Do you do that yourself? Like the hair and all of that assembly, is that happening by you?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Try to keep everything, we just, once the hair color and length is decided, we'll order that. And
Uh-huh.
we put it together, do
Okay.
everything.
You can't get a hold of him. He's in the basement
Yeah.
putting tails together and like he does everything with the tail. He just gets the hair and he puts it all together himself.
What the
Wow.
owners
How long
do
does
is
it take? Go ahead, sorry.
Oh, no, I was gonna say what the owners or the clients do is they'll send pictures of their tails, and we work with that. And a lot of times they can pick and choose. Like we'll have photo samples.
Uh-huh.
We can make a suggestion, but they are definitely the ones who make the choice that, okay, well, I think I kind of want to go with this to bring out the other colors, or maybe we have to combine two different colors.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, there's just a wide range of different things that we can do as far as colors go, but we try to get them as integrated with designing the tail as possible. Whatever they want, we try to accommodate and get them involved as much as possible.
Yeah, the horse that we had originally started this on, believe it or not, his tail changed 3 or 4 times. So maybe a week or two before the Youth World Show, they reach out and they're like, "Can we get a tail?" And they sent us, pretty detailed pictures,
Oh, yeah.
and we were able to completely match the tail. And at first, it's like you got all these colors. Like, is it going to work? You just
So-
want to make sure it's right. And it's almost like you're handing over your baby. Like, here you go. This is all of our hard work. I hope you like it. That tail, we watched the show. It was so perfect. They matched it perfectly. It went in perfectly. And it was, and then we had another one from the same barn who had a gray tail. We got get the black right, the white right, the mix right. And they were so impressed that they ordered another tail. So that was so great to match the odd tails and to get them right. It makes us, really love doing this.
Yeah, I bet. How long does it take to make one tail?
That's a good question. So what I do is just have like pieces together, like I'll have the top, even without an order, I'll be doing some of these, set them aside, and I'll do this part, set it aside, and then once I get the hair and I get the order, like I have my sub-assemblies done. So
Uh-huh.
I guess when I think about that, I'd probably say try to do it from scratch to all together, probably, I'm gonna guess an hour.
And then we like
Okay.
to let it set for 24 hours just to let everything set. So when you
Uh-huh.
go to brush it, it's, not shedding or,
You know,
I mean, it's gonna
Yeah.
shed a little bit. You
Sure.
can't get away from that. But at least, we have peace of mind knowing that everything's together.
cured.
Yeah.
Yeah, cured.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah,
word.
that makes sense. That makes sense.
But
So
most of the
let's talk
time,
about,
spend most time in the mail, you know, you order it, it comes in the
uh,
mail, you put it together, and
yeah.
you send it to the people. Most of his life is spent in the mail until they finally get it.
Yeah. Let's talk about color a little bit. What options do you provide, or main categories do you offer?
Well, the standard colors, I like to say,
Okay.
like my most popular tail is the jet black and the natural black. And then currently we have 3 shades of sorrel. And like you had mentioned, flaxen. Then you get to
Mhm.
your grays, and then you get to your whites. Anything that needs to be custom, with any mixtures of that stuff, then that's a whole new adventure there. But I'd come and say the standard colors, like from the jet black to the white, that's just standard.
Okay.
We have to get to the custom mixed colors.
And then people can send you pictures
That
to
looks
try
good.
and match that up.
Yeah.
Okay.
But like for standard colors, I mean, if we send them and it's not a match, send it back and
Mm-hmm.
we'll send another one, no problem.
Mhm.
Custom ones, it gets a little tough, especially blend something, you know. So far, knock on wood, it's been good, but we can even have the tail hair sent to them for pre-approval. I've done that in the past as well. That works well, but
Okay.
that takes up more time. So
Yeah.
they got the time in the off season. Wish more people would take advantage of the off season than
Yep.
calling a week before the show. Hey, I need a tail.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. That's become a real distinguisher in our household. In season or show season and off season. The list of things that have to happen in the off season. Well, when we're
Yeah.
not showing
Yeah.
and when we are showing. Yeah.
We've
It's a
even
real thing.
we've even sent our tails to the trainer's hotel room because
Oh,
that's
yeah.
how quickly they needed it. And we got it there and they were able to use it, but it was a nail biter.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Nothing like last minute. Well, thank you. Anything else you want to share with us that would be helpful in somebody either making a decision or considering your tail?
Well, like I said, they mentioned that we could even convert their tail. I think
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
that's a good move for us and for them.
Yeah, definitely sets them apart from the rest.
Mm-hmm.
And these tails are just so quality made,
Mhm.
from the top to the bottom. They stand out on their own compared to others, and it's definitely a great product that really could use some traction.
Yeah.
I
Well,
just
I'm
love
glad
the
I found out
convenience.
about it. I was actually in the Add More Leg. I'm part of that group, even though I'm not showing under saddle. So I learn a lot from that
Yeah,
group.
they've been a wonderful helping us advertise. We're very grateful for that group, honestly, because if we weren't a part of their group, we would have never met you. But the connections that they have helped us made, we are very grateful for. They've been
Yeah.
wonderful. It's a good group.
Yep, absolutely. Yes, we appreciate them. A lot of good conversation happening. A lot of wild conversations happening as well. But
Yeah.
it wouldn't be horse people if there wasn't a little bit of opinions thrown around.
Yeah,
We get those too.
yeah.
No
But,
doubt, no doubt.
I mean, I'll see people on different Facebook pages, they'll be talking about my dad's design, and I've always seen positive comments. And
Yeah,
I mean, I'm always looking to promote, whether it's reaching out to somebody on TikTok, send us your tail and we will convert it. And, we did see one video that almost went viral because of my dad's design. People were like, where'd you get that tail? And I'm writing, contact us, RJ Tail Designs on Facebook, and we will make you this next tail. But I think the feedback on these different groups have been really positive and
yeah.
overwhelming for sure in a good way.
Well, I'm appreciative that I was on Facebook the day that I saw that conversation go by because I didn't know about your tail and now I
Yeah.
do. I look forward to trying it out myself. So thank you for your time.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, absolutely. Your investment in the industry for all the reasons that people want a tail like that, and those of us who use tails, which is quite a few of the divisions, I would say, in the stock horse industry are adding tails. So thanks for your contribution and taking clearly your skill and putting it out there for our benefit. So thanks for your time. Appreciate you guys.
We appreciate you, Amy.
Yes,
Thank
thank
you
you
for the
so very much.
opportunity.
You bet.
We're very honored. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.